Namaste, welcome everyone. In this video, we are going to talk about solstice and equinox. Solstice and equinox are the four most important days in a year. What is a solstice? What is an equinox? What is the astronomical explanation for occurrence of equinox and solstice? What is the astrological and spiritual interpretation of equinox and solstice? And how major festivals are aligned with equinox and solstice? We are going to cover all this in this video, so let's get started. To understand about solstice and equinox, we need to understand few basic terms. The first term that we need to understand is celestial sphere. As you can see in this diagram, this is our Earth. If we imagine an sphere concentric with the center of Earth but having an infinite radius, we get this celestial sphere. All the planets and stars appear to travel on the surface of this celestial sphere. The poles of Earth, when extended infinitely in the north and south, the point at which they apparently cut the celestial sphere, are referred to as the celestial pole. Here we have celestial north pole and celestial south pole. Similarly, if we project the equator of Earth onto the surface of celestial sphere, we get celestial equator. Now the most important term here is ecliptic. What is an ecliptic? In reality, the Earth rotates around the Sun, but from Earth it appears that the Sun is rotating around the Earth in east to west direction. The annual path of the Sun projected onto celestial sphere is known as the ecliptic. The ecliptic is inclined at 23 degree 28 minutes to the celestial equator. So I hope you have understood these points. Let us move ahead. This diagram will further explain the terms. In this diagram, as you can see, this is our Earth. Here at center we have the equator, and this circle at 23 degree north is Tropic of Cancer. Similarly, we have Tropic of Capricorn at 23.5 degrees south. This is the ecliptic, the annual path of the Sun. As you can see, the ecliptic is inclined to equator. Now, if we carefully observe this diagram, you will see that the ecliptic intersects the equator at 2 points. These 2 points are what we refer to as the equinox. Over the course of the year, when the Sun reaches the point where the ecliptic intersects the equator, we have the equinox. Similarly, when the Sun reaches its northmost position at Tropic of Cancer, we have the summer solstice. On the other hand, when the Sun reaches its southmost position at the Tropic of Capricorn, we have the winter solstice. So this is how astronomically the solstice and equinox are defined. I hope it is clear now. Now what does the word solstice mean? The word solstice is formed of two Latin words, sol and sestere. Sol is Latin name for sun. Sistere in Latin means to stand still or halt. Hence, solstice is the day when the sun reaches its northmost or southmost point in the sky and sun's motion in declination stops. What are the two kinds of solstice? The two kinds of solstice are the summer solstice and the winter solstice. The summer solstice is alternatively also known as June solstice, estival solstice, northern solstice, and sometimes celebrated as midsummer. Similarly, the winter solstice is also known as December solstice, hibernal solstice, or southern solstice, and sometimes it is referred to as midwinter. Please note that the seasons in the north hemisphere and the south hemisphere are reverse of each other. That is, when it is summer in the northern hemisphere, it is winter in the southern hemisphere, and vice versa. Hence, the occurrence of solstice and equinox are also reversed. Here we are talking in the term of northern hemisphere. Summer solstice. Currently, every year, summer solstice occurs around 21st of June. On this day, the sun is at the Tropic of Cancer, farthest north from the equator. This is the longest day of the year. Since this is the longest day of the year, hereafter the length of day starts declining. Gradually the day shortens and the night increases till equinox when they are of equal length. Winter solstice. Currently, winter solstice occurs around 21st December every year. Sun is at the Tropic of Capricorn, farthest south of the equator. This is the shortest day of the year. Since this is the shortest day, hereafter the length of day will increase. Gradually the night shortens and the daytime increases till equinox when they are of equal length. Now what does the equinox mean? Word equinox is made up of two Latin words equi and nox. Equi means equal and nox refers to night or shade. Hence, equinox is the day when the sun is directly above the celestial equator and the duration of the day and night is equal. What are the two kinds of equinox? The two kinds of equinox are spring equinox and autumn equinox. The spring equinox is also known as March equinox or vernal equinox. On the other hand, the autumn equinox is also referred to as September equinox or fall equinox. Spring equinox. Currently, spring equinox occurs about 20 March every year. On this day, the sun is directly above the celestial equator. Sun enters tropical zodiac sign of Aries. Duration of day and night is equal. Hereafter, the length of day goes on increasing till summer solstice. Autumn equinox. Autumn equinox currently occurs about 23rd of September every year. On this day, the sun is directly above celestial equator. Sun enters tropical zodiac sign of Libra. Duration of day and night is equal. Hereafter, the length of night goes on increasing till winter solstice. Now let us discuss what is the difference between the solstice and equinox. Solstice is the day when the length of day or night is smallest or largest, whereas on equinox the duration of day and night is equal. Solstice and equinox alternate and are the four markers of a year. Solstice occurs on 21st June and 21st of December, whereas equinox occur on 20th March and 23rd September nowadays. This is a very important table where we have given the approximate date of occurrence of solstice and equinox. As you may be knowing that there are two kinds of zodiac. First is the tropical zodiac and other is the sidereal zodiac. In this table we have indicated the tentative date of solstice and equinox as per both the types of zodiac. For example, the winter solstice occurs on 21st December as per tropical zodiac, but it is celebrated on 15th of January as per the sidereal zodiac. Similarly, spring equinox falls on 20th March as per tropical zodiac, whereas as per sidereal zodiac it occurs on 15th of April. Summer solstice falls on 21st of June as per the tropical zodiac. On the other hand, the date as per the sidereal zodiac is 15th of July. And last but not the least, autumn equinox falls on 23rd of September every year as per the tropical zodiac. But if you use the sidereal zodiac, the same event is celebrated on 15th of October. What is the importance of solstice and equinox? Both of these astronomical events are very important days, and all the ancient cultures celebrate it as festival one way or the other since times immemorial. Solstice and equinox are the four cardinal markers of sun's journey throughout the year, and they mark the four seasons: summer, fall, winter, and spring. When humanity was solely dependent on agriculture in older days, these days were most important. Solstice and equinox are the base of most ancient calendars. Most ancient calendars start their new year from the spring equinox. Now let us understand the astrological interpretation of solstice. On winter solstice, the sun enters the sign of Capricorn to begin its northern course. Zodiac sign of Capricorn is owned by Saturn, who is sun and rival to the sun. On summer solstice, sun enters the zodiac sign of Cancer to begin its southward course. Zodiac sign of Cancer is owned by Moon, who is a bosom friend of Sun. What is the astrological interpretation of equinox? On spring equinox, Sun enters the zodiac sign of Aries to mark beginning of new year in most ancient calendars. Aries is owned by Mars, who is friend and commander of army of Sun. Sun exalts in Aries, and from this day the summer starts. On the day of autumn equinox, Sun enters the zodiac sign of Libra. Libra is owned by Venus, who is inimical to Sun. Sun debilitates in the sign of Libra, hence after this day the winter starts. Now let us understand the spiritual interpretation of solstice. Winter solstice marks the beginning of Uttarayan, or the northern course of the sun. Summer solstice marks the beginning of Dakshinayan, or the southern course of the sun. On winter solstice, the day is shortest and the night is longest. On summer solstice, the day is longest and the night is shortest. Now, both of these indicate the temporary and unbalanced extreme position between opposite pairs of day or night, hot or cold, light and dark, yin yang, or whatever name you may call it. What is the spiritual interpretation of equinox? Spring equinox marks the day after which we will have more daytime and consequently more warmth and light. Now, in spiritual interpretation, light is often equated as knowledge and seen as a positive sign or auspicious sign. As evident from this Pavaman mantra from Upanishad, Om Astoma Sadgamaya, Tamsoma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityurmar Amritam Gamaya, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Autumn equinox marks the day after which the nights are longer than the day, and consequently we will have diminishing duration of light. Equinox in itself mark two special days of the year when the day and night are of equal duration. Equinox marks temporary balance and harmony between polar opposite pairs of day and night, hot and cold, light and dark, yin and yang, or whatever other name you may think of it as. Now let us see how solstice and equinox have been celebrated since times immemorial across the globe. Let us begin with winter solstice. The most important festival of Christians, that is the Christmas, coincides with winter solstice. Nowadays, the winter solstice occurs on 21st of December. However, the traditional date of birth of Jesus Christ, that is 25th December, is celebrated as Christmas. The people of Turkey, Iran, Azerbaijan celebrate their festival Yalda or chellenight around the same time. The ancient Romans used to have a festival called Saturnalia. Slavs celebrate Karachun, Jews celebrate Hannukah, Germans have Yule, Chinese celebrate dongzhi, and the Hindus celebrate makarsankranti based on the basis of winter solstice. Similarly, the spring equinox is celebrated as Easter by the Christians, Navroz by Parsis, the Jews celebrate it as Passover, the Wiccans know of it as Ostara, and Hindus celebrate spring equinox as chaitranavratri. Summer solstice is celebrated as the feast of Saint John by the Christians and Litha by the Wiccans. Last but not the least, autumn equinox. is celebrated as Sukkot by Jews, Mabon by Wiccans, and Hindus celebrate it as the Sharadanavratri. So we learned a lot about the equinox and solstice in this video, how they are formed, their astronomical basis, their astrological interpretation, as well as their spiritual interpretation. I hope that you have learned a lot from this video and found answers to many of your questions. If you found this video useful, please like and share and subscribe to our channel for more such videos. We will see you again in another video. Till then, thanks for watching.